On a routine evening at Washington's Reagan National Airport, a tragic collision between an American Airlines regional jet and a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter shook the aviation world. The crash, occurring at just 200 feet above the ground, raised critical questions about air traffic control, pilot awareness, and the systems designed to prevent such disasters. The American Airlines flight, a CRJ regional jet, was on final approach to the runway, descending steadily at 400 feet. Just a mile away from touchdown, the pilots were focused on their instruments, ensuring a safe and stable landing. Meanwhile, a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter was flying along the Potomac River, following a route typically used by military aircraft. The helicopter was required to stay below 200 feet, a rule designed to keep it clear of commercial air traffic. But something went terribly wrong. Data from radar and tracking systems reveals the critical moments leading up to the crash. The helicopter, initially at 200 feet, began climbing unexpectedly. Within seconds, it reached 300 feet, and then 350 feet. This put it directly in the path of the descending jet. The CRJ, at 400 feet, was unaware of the helicopter's presence. The pilots, focused on their landing, had no warning of the impending collision. So, why wasn't this detected earlier? The answer lies in the complexity of air traffic control. The controller on duty was managing multiple frequencies, juggling commercial jets, helicopters, and military traffic. Overwhelmed and understaffed, the controller failed to notice the helicopter's climb in time. This highlights a critical issue: the increasing workload on air traffic controllers, especially in busy airspaces like Reagan National. Technologically, both aircraft were equipped with systems designed to prevent such incidents. The CRJ was transmitting its position via ADS-B, a system that provides real-time location data. However, the Black Hawk was tracked using MLOT, a less precise method that relies on ground stations to calculate position. While the CRJ's systems could detect nearby traffic, the TCAS, the collision avoidance system, doesn't issue alerts below 1,000 feet. This left the pilots blind to the helicopter's presence at such a low altitude. From the pilot's perspective, the situation was nearly impossible to avoid. At 400 feet, their focus was entirely on the runway ahead. Even if their navigation displays showed nearby traffic, they wouldn't have had time to react. The helicopter, climbing to 350 feet, violated its altitude restriction, a critical error that placed it directly in the jet's path. So, why did the helicopter climb? While we can't know for certain, possible reasons include miscommunication, a lapse in situational awareness, or an attempt to avoid other obstacles. This mistake, combined with the controller's inability to intervene in time, created a perfect storm for disaster. To prevent future tragedies, we need stricter adherence to altitude restrictions, better integration of tracking systems, and increased support for air traffic controllers. But above all, this crash reminds us that safety in aviation depends on a delicate balance of human judgment, technological tools, and rigorous procedures. As we reflect on this tragic event, let's honor the lives lost.